Let me share a few things I know about metaprograms. All patterns, every time when you bring the existing sidra of the present situation and connect it to something in the past, you will see the pattern. Always, every time, you will see the pattern. And all patterns lead to an understanding of a form of being. You see, your patterns, they are not unique. They're not special. You repeat your life day after day. You actually do not live your future. You just repeat your past. And there is no exception. There is nobody here who lives their future. Everyone's here just repeats their past. In psychology, it is called repetition compulsion. The form of being is the program that controls your life. It controls what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you think, and how you act. So it's not that you have a program. It is a program that has you. You are not the boss. You're not the master of your program. You are a slave to your program. So your program is your form of being. And again, it's not about the words we listen to, but about the position from which the words are spoken and from which we listen to these words. It's our form of being. It's the source of the words. It's our form of being that dictates the thoughts, the feelings, and our actions. When I coach someone, I'm not really interested in the words they are saying. They don't make any sense to me. I don't want to analyze every word. I don't need it. I'm listening beyond the words. I'm listening to the source of the words. And I train my coaches to listen to the source of words. So the way we understand the form of being, we understand it based on somatic experience and dissonance. And depending on how people say words and what words they say, how they react, what they feel inside their bodies, this is how I deduct the form of being, the source that is the reason of everything happening in their lives. So what Metaprogram does, or form of being does, it controls your perception. You see the reality through the Metaprogram that actually controls you. And overall, there are 18 Metaprograms that usually I teach. So I start with the first 4, so you kind of like get a sense what it is. One of the Metaprograms that is very, very popular is called Instructions. Instructions is the Metaprogram that wants you to control the environment so you feel better. When you control the environment, you are actually a lack of control waiting to happen. So if you have a lot of expectations from people, if you cannot accept people the way they are, if you want to tell them what they should change about themselves, you have this program. This program is running you. For example, I don't have this program and I don't want to change people, which is funny. I'm a coach. You know, as a coach, I'm kind of like supposed to help people change. But the truth is, I don't really care whether they change or not, because I don't have any expectations of them. I don't have any instructions of them. But if you talk to my wife, you will see how different we are in that matter. You will see what it means, to have instructions for people, expectations, and wanting people to meet these expectations. So you feel better for yourself and you feel better inside. The second program is very popular. It's called Entitlement. or superiority for that matter. So entitlement is the belief that you are better than anyone else. You are superiority waiting to happen. And you will be always right and dominating at any expense. Majority of people are not narcissists by nature. Majority of people become narcissists because they are deeply broken. So to hide that you're broken, you need to pretend that you are better, smarter, you have bigger power, higher status, and you will never admit that you made a mistake and that you are weak and there is something wrong with you. Because this wrongness, this deficiency and defectiveness is exactly what you're hiding behind entitlement, behind superiority, behind narcissistic inclinations. So when you have this program, you don't like following the rules. You believe that you're smarter than everyone else. You will never admit that you are wrong. And it's hard for you to ask for apology, to say you're sorry, and to admit that you're not perfect. This is very hard. And when it is hard for you, it means that you have this program. So usually you will have, out of 18 programs, you will have 3 or 4. Okay, that's why let me tell you about other programs. The third program is called Brokenness or Defectiveness. The form of being is my brokenness is waiting to be found out. And I want to hide it in any way possible. I am afraid that people will reject me. I am afraid when people criticize me. I hate when people criticize me. When you can say that about yourself, it is very likely that in some way you don't feel good enough. This idea of not feeling good enough is a form of being. It means that part of you is broken and you want to hide it. And the other program, one of my favorite, again, it's very funny to say that they're favorite programs, but the recognition seeking is my favorite because it is really hard to get rid of it. Recognition seeking is when you are looking for validation, looking for enough of validation, and you never achieve it. It never happens for you. You are validation that is not going to happen, or you are a lack of recognition that waiting to be happen. And when we look for recognition, we look for people telling us that we are valuable, that they like us, that we are geniuses, and we are amazing. So when we try to please people, the reason we try to please people is because we want them to like us. It means that we're looking for their recognition and for their validation. These are 4 the most popular. We have other problems. We have, for example, the program that is called prophecy. And prophecy is your belief that something will happen to you or you will lose your money. We have programs like rejection, is when you are not accepted by certain people or the group of people. That's rejection waiting to happen. It will take me 2 months to explain all the programs, but once you see the programs for yourself, you will be able to identify them in you, and you will be able to identify them in other people. And look, this is all right. There is no exception. Each one of us has one or the other. That's why we were able to categorize everyone and decipher 18 programs. Okay? So this is how It works for everyone, and our goal is to let go of one or the other program by working hard on ourselves and by shifting from our existing form of being to another one.